Hey, it's Bridgette. Welcome to Very Grasshopper channel. How you doing today? All right, you guys, so here's the deal. This morning, finally, after like a week of feeling the effects of energy shifts and transitions, it's been like a lot. I'm this sensitive person, and I've shared that. I always share, like on my vlogs. I had a really lovely experience this morning in a meditation when I was doing a healing work on myself. I've been struggling with some pressure from my sinuses and allergies, waking up with very puffy face and headaches, dealing with some ocular migraines and things that I can get from time to time when there's a shift in the seasons and such. My body's just sensitive sometimes, and it's okay. I know that, so I got to take care of myself. Some of you might understand, right? Well, no matter what your thing is, you understand. And today I had this, so I was doing a healing for myself, listening to a meditation and kind of doing a guided healing session and trying to relieve some of this pressure in my head. And I connected, I really felt like the fairy energies. They're often called elementals. Fairy energy is elementals. Now, Fairy Grasshopper channel, you guys might not know this. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I needed to tell you guys the background. So Fairy Grasshopper was a name that I was given for my work when I was in a creative business class with people who were like photographers and life coaches and artists and jewelry makers and chefs and people who are super, super creative in their jobs. And I was looking for something that was business minded that would help give me some foundations for entrepreneurship, because I didn't feel very good. I felt like a fish out of water with entrepreneurialism. And so I was trying to kind of come to terms to learn some principles and kind of just create a structure that worked for me in the work that I do. And so I found myself in this great environment, this great class. And this was years ago. It was like 2011, I think. 2010, 11, or 12, something like that. Maybe 2012 it might have been. And I was trying to decide on a website name, because I'd had a website back in the day when Yahoo used to do web hosting. I had a website and a web presence for my work, just as Bridgette and as C Bridgette. And that was what it was, C Bridgette, like C Bridgette. And I was like, well, how do I set up my creative business that expresses my personality and my work, my desire for what I want to share with people and what I can give them to support them as well. And I walked and walked and walked, and I was having all these connections in nature, and I was walking through these beautiful trails, and I was connecting with fairy energies, and I thought it was crazy. Hear me, a person at that point who had really focused my work on psychic work and like psychic mentoring and psychic connection, mediumship specifically. I'm talking to dead people and I'm talking to angels, and I think fairies are strange. Like, what is the perspective here? Like, where do you draw the line? Like, how do you just randomly decide, well, this kind of spiritual guide is okay, but this kind, not so much. That's kind of weird. That's like really... And so you evolve, right? I grew and I evolved. And so Fairy Grasshopper was intended, it means magical student. It doesn't mean Bridgette loves fairies, but it was the name that was decided upon by myself, my higher self, and my healing team, because I was taking my work so seriously. Like, I was so serious because I was helping people connect with the afterlife, to find peace and heal from a loss, from mediumship connection, from grief, and work on their own healing stuff and open up to their own intuition and to understand their gifts. And oftentimes when you're doing psychic mentoring with people, there's a lot of resistance around, well, I can't do that because this is bad, and being psychic is bad because of this. And there's all these underlying patterns, while there's also this great desire to grow and explore and connect, And there's like this resistance, like we're fighting against ourselves. And I know, because I do it, and I do it now, even though I've been through these different experiences, right? And so today I had this great experience with fairies. Like, they were totally helping to work on stuff. They were elementals. which are connected to nature, which makes sense because that's what time it is. It's a seasonal thing. These are seasonal allergies I'm struggling with a bit that are affecting me. It's just a recalibration, getting me ready for summer, and it's just part of my transition process from one stage to another stage, and my body needs some downtime, and that's just natural. It's not like I'm being punished and nature hates me and that's why I'm reacting to nature. It's that I am reacting to these pent-up dreams and desires of wanting to be outside where it's warm and beautiful and green, and I love that. And so it's just natural, and it's okay. And so the fairies came to kind of help with that. The elementals kind of came to help with that. And so fairy grasshopper means magical student, and it means, hey, Bridgette, don't take life so seriously. So this headache, this migraine, these migraines, this weird stuff that happens, it happens every year, same time. Well, maybe not this early. I'm grateful that it's happening earlier because it's a gorgeous day today. And so it's been for like 3 days gorgeous. It's going to change. We'll kind of dip down and get kind of again, cold again. But it's been gorgeous, so I love it. And I've been outside, and that's what's kind of activated this clearing. And a reminder that self-care is needed as we move ahead. Self-care is drink extra water, take care of your head, don't overdo it, don't be staring at your computer, don't do extra work. This is not the time to be trying to get, responding to people's emails. They can wait. They can wait. You cannot. You must be a priority. So are you listening? Because you need this information too. Are you listening? You better be paying attention, you fairy grasshopper. That's why I had this great experience with fairies. And I wanted to just say, hey, no matter who your spirit guides are, welcome them. You might have mythical creatures as your spirit guides. Yes, that's possible. It sounds crazy, but it's possible. I actually have Merlin, or a form of Merlin, the magician, who actually he is the culmination of a couple of different spirit guides for me. He makes up my energy connection to Melchizedek, to Archangel Raziel, to Saint Germain. He's got like those three energies for sure. There's another one too that he kind of embodies for me. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head, but it's like all things are possible, alchemist. And so that's what Merlin represents to me. So when I see him, I kind of laugh. I'm like, that means I'm taking things too seriously. Like I'm just focusing on dead people who were real, like real people, not mythical creatures, because, who knows if those folklore in the Celtic times were accurate? Who knows if the Druid stories, or who knows if, Saint Bridgette was really come on. It's like there's all these things that the mind can block us from receiving. And so just let your creativity and your open-heartedness and your open-mindedness, your imagination work together for you, not as a barrier. It's not supposed to be a resistance piece. Just let yourself be creative. So I have a Merlin. I also happen to have, which I wish I brought it in here, it's actually on my treadmill. I have a totem animal, a sweet totem animal that's rather unexpected, that showed up a couple of years ago. I'd say, showed up, when did that totem show up? Probably 2017-ish, I think it was. And it's a dragon. It's the energy of a dragon, and it's this beautiful blue little stuffed animal dragon. Her name is Sapphire, and she's actually androgynous. Sometimes she feels masculine, sometimes she feels feminine. She really is fluid, gender-wise. And her energy is just beautiful blue, third eye blue, and just reminds me not to get caught up in the specifics and the details and to let that derail you or to take you off course. Yeah, sometimes you need the details, you need the specifics, you need a way to package something or communicate effectively in an email or on a website or on Facebook, etc., or whatever. You need to be able to articulate, but that's not the be-all, end-all. People feel you, and that's the relationship, and that's how you grow, and that's how you have connection, rapport, and that's how we find each other to work with. And so, yeah, so I have a beautiful little dragon. She's a little stuffed animal, and I actually saw I started seeing the dragon imagery, and in my head like about a week or two before, and then I went on a trip up to the North Shore to Duluth, Minnesota, beautiful area, right on the shores of Lake Superior, the closest thing I have to an ocean. Okay, that's what Lake Superior is. So went up there and I saw this beautiful little dragon in a toy store, and I had to have it. I just bought it right away. I'm like, oh my gosh. And prior to that, I had actually ordered some jewelry that is a jade stone because I was looking for a green crystal or a green rock that would be, I was really drawn to the jade that would be different than like an aventurine and such, and it was kind of healing but soft and gentle, kind of empathic but strong. And I came across jade and I really liked it. I was drawn to it, and it happened to come with, it has this little like a little dragon head on top of it and little dragon claws on the side, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that when I got it. I was like, I love this. I love this. And you'll see me wear it from time to time. It just calms my heart energy. Oh my gosh, power in feeling is just so nice. And so anyway, so that's just kind of an example of how do I say this? If we take our lives too seriously, and it's really easy to do right now, and I am like the worst culprit of it, and I can say this because I do this myself, it really hurts us. We really hinder ourselves when we don't allow our imagination, when we don't allow our creativity, when we do take ourselves too seriously, when we let details or the things that we don't know hold us back. We have to step into a process of discovery, adventure, and just to allow things, so allow it to sound silly. If it sounds silly, that's a good thing. Just let yourself be open to the silliness, to the things that don't always, like Merlin or a dragon. Are you kidding me right now? Like, this just does not sound like a professional psychic, right? Like, see, there's judgment in the mind that we all have that we just have to check that at the door like we're checking the code, honey. It is not the wintertime anymore. We are moving into the spring and summer, and we got to check that code at the door. And then we got to be able to show up and feel the energy of expressiveness and the enjoyment of the journey of such, right? Okay. So, I'm feeling so much better just talking to you today. That's awesome. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, if you are so brave as to wanting to share in the comments below, go ahead and put down below any of the strange or unique spirit guides that you've had or encountered on your journey, whether it be in a meditation or whether it be something like in a story or in a lineage that has popped up for you. And if you are brave enough to share that, go ahead. I would just love to see that. Something that you think is silly or strange, go ahead, just put it in the comments below. Just express it. Just let it be. All right? Let it be released. Free the resistance. Free the resistance within. All right, so this is Bridgette. I hope I've inspired your spirit today with this story and maybe filled you with some hope, given you some encouragement. Oh, yeah. Thanks for being here. Have a good day.